Whoopi and Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin, they have Karine Jean-Pierre on their show. They all go nuts over the Israel versus Hamas issue. The View, of course, is consistently on the wrong side of that issue. The imbeciles on The View. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Let's go.
Please welcome back White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
Karine Jean-Pierre.
Karine Jean-Pierre.
Karine.
Karine Jean-Pierre.
Okay, whatever. If you don't care, I don't care.
Karine Jean-Pierre.
Wait, Ruby, are you giving me a new name?
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes my mouth just doesn't act the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, sometimes the mouth, it's that way, Whoopi.
Over the weekend, Liz Cheney said that a second Trump presidency means that the U.S. would be sleepwalking into a dictatorship.
Sunny Hostin's the only woman in America that cares about what Liz Cheney says and keeps repeating it.
As it relates to January 6th, what we saw on January 6th in 2021, it was dangerous, horrific, and it was an attack on our democracy. The president has spoken to that multiple times about how dangerous that day was.
Yeah. All of these people remain completely silent on the much bigger, much more violent Black Lives Matter, George Floyd riots the year before.
It is wrong to want to turn over the will of the people.
By removing Trump off the ballot. Say it with me, Karine.
It is wrong to use rhetoric for violence.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Like calling them MAGA Republicans and calling us supremacists for supporting Trump.
And you push back on them, and you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
We were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
I think you need to go back and punch him in the face. Feel like punching him.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
These people actually create the violence in other countries, like an attack on Ukraine and Hamas's attack on Israel. With their weakness, they cause it. That's what a lot of this show is going to be about.
And yet Trump over the weekend said that Joe Biden was a threat to democracy. Ha!
Keep laughing, Joy.
We are very, very clear about denouncing Hamas's actions, and that's what the president has been clear about, and that's, as administration more broadly, we're going to continue to be really,
Do you think because of her perch, though, as a progressive leader, she should clarify her remarks?
This is Karine having a very hard time condemning Rep. Pramila Jayapal, who is a member of the Progressive Caucus and said something so horrifying.
With respect, I was just asking about the women, and you turned it back to Israel.
By the way, this happens with all anti-Semites. You bring up the women and it always goes back to Israel. It always goes back to the Jews. Everything's the Jews' problem, right? That's what this progressive did right here.
I'm asking you about Hamas. In fact,
I already answered your question, Dana. I said it's horrific, and I think that rape is horrific, sexual assault is horrific. I think that it happens in war situations. Terrorist organizations like Hamas obviously are using these as tools.
They don't want these women to tell their story, so they're not going to release them and have all of this go public to what they do to their prisoners, and Israel has never done. Just to be clear, Israel has never done what Hamas does, so it's immoral to use them interchangeably in the same sentence.
However, I think we have to be balanced about bringing in the outrages against Palestinians. Yeah.
Jayapal is asking that we show the right amount of outrage to Palestinians and to Israel. She's flat out wrong on this. This is disgusting to me. But anyways.
I speak for the president. She has to speak for herself. We have been very, very
What's
clear.
What's so progressive
very
about
clear.
her anyway? The word progressive is a misnomer.
Well, she's the chair of the Progressive Caucus.
She's the head of the Progressive Caucus. That's her name.
Extreme left, maybe, but progressive, I'm progressive.
This is the thing that's driving the progressives crazy right now. They're seeing all of these anti-Semites on their side.
That's fair.
No, I don't like that term.
Let me.
Ooh, that's like an uncomfortable, chilly silence. Joy goes, I don't like that term, progressive. Yeah, you're wearing it. You're soaking in it, Madge.
But we're going to continue to tell people there's Hamas, and then there's the Palestinian people.
Yep.
Okay?
Bull. This is just Joe Biden propaganda. Look at Joe Biden here on Twitter. We must not lose sight on the fact that the overwhelming majority of Palestinians had nothing to do with Hamas's appalling attacks and are suffering as a result of them. It is unclear what the Palestinian people actually think. They don't know what percentage of the Palestinians are against Hamas. For all we know, they all support Hamas, or we don't know if many of them. They're just trying to appease them, create excuses for them. I don't create excuses for them, but I dig you guys. I'm glad you guys are here to go through this with me as we endure this hideous Biden regime and The View. I'm Doug in exile.